Hello friends, welcome back. Today in this lecture for the subject automobile engineering, we are going to discuss unit number 4, vehicle performance and safety. So, let us see the points we are going to discuss in this video. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about the safety aspects of the automobile. So, the first point in safety is the seat belt. So, in the seat belt, a seat belt also known as the safety belt is a vehicle is designed to secure the optimum of a vehicle against harmful movements and that may result during a collision or a sudden stop. So, just a minute, I will highlight this again. Now, just carefully go through this statement. A safety belt, that is also known as a vehicle safety device, designed to secure a occupant. Now, basically the seat belt allows the passenger to remain present in the seat after the collision. So, that helps the occupant from getting vital injuries. So, it will not allow the occupant or the driver or the passenger in the automobile to come out of the vehicle or to dash against the steering wheel or the dashboard. A seat belt functions to reduce the likelihood of death or serious injuries in traffic collisions by reducing the force of secondary impacts with interior strike hazards by keeping occupants positioned correctly for maximum effectiveness of airbag if equipped, and by preventing occupants getting ejected from the vehicle in a crash or if the vehicle rolls over. So, just now we have discussed the same points. It will prevent the passenger from getting out of the vehicle and to dash against the steering wheel or the dashboard, wherein it can lead to vital injuries. So, types of seat belts: 2-point lap belt, sash, 3, 4, 5, 6 point seat belts. So, these are the different types of seat belts. Now, you can see this is a typical locking mechanism of a seat belt. You can see this here. This is a cam arrangement. This is the clutch lever, this is the ratchet gear. This is the ratchet gear, okay, and this is the sliding pin. So, as this ratchet gear moves, when you adjust the seat belt, the ratchet gear locks with this cam. Okay, you can see it will lock with this cam, and this will prevent the belt from loosening off, or it will prevent the belt from losing off here. Okay. In this diagram, you can see the conventional seat belt, and this is the BIS system seat belt. You can see in both the cases here and this. So, you can see in BIS you have the retractor recliner sensor wire, you can see here, which is having the sensor wire here, recliner sensor, the webbing belt and the buckle. So, but that is as compared to the conventional seat belt, you can see this webbing belt is different here as compared to that of the BIS system seat belt. Now, in this diagram you can see this is a typical ergonomic sitting arrangement for a driver. So, you can clearly see in this diagram that how should be the position of the driver, the distance between the your front horizontal sight to the driver and desired position of vision You can see the angle of the foot angle. The steering angle is also again, but nowadays you have adjustable steering mechanisms, steering wheels also, and same is the case for the seating arrangement. You have the adjustable seats so that you can vary these positions. So, all these aspects are the ergonomic aspects of your automobile, which will lead to reduce in fatigue of the driver. Now, aspects of ergonomics. So, there are 5 aspects of ergonomics. First is safety, then comfort, then ease of use. So, the equipment should be easy to use, productivity or performance, and aesthetics, because even aesthetics also plays a important role. Now, what are the aspects of designing a car? So, one by one we will see the aspects of designing a car. First is occupant packaging, computer aided ergonomics design of a car, visual aspects of vehicle design, automotive seat design for sitting comfort. See, these are very important points. Physical aspects of car design, design symbol for automobile control and display, and informational aspects of vehicle design. So, all these parameters have to be taken into consideration while designing a car. Next point is the ergonomic considerations of automobile design. First is the visual aspect, then airbag warnings, comfort, usability, seat belts, collision avoidance system, traction control system, brake assist system, navigation system, and vehicle interior controls, pedals, etc., reach to advanced resectional systems. So, these are the aspects or ergonomic aspects of automobile design. Next, vibration measurement instruments. Now, in vibration measurement, you have, it consists of a vibrating body or a structure and vibration transducer, a signal conversion unit, and a display unit, and which is attached to the recorder. So, all these systems are integrated with one another, so that the vibration is displayed on a display unit or a recorder. You can also call it as a recorder. Next, velocity measurement instrument. So, in this type of measuring instrument, a coil is used to move a magnetic field. You can see this is a coil used to move the magnetic field. The magnetic field is either produced by permanent magnet or by electromagnet, and the magnitude of generated EMF is directly proportional to the relative velocity of coil, and by calibrating the generated EMF, the velocity can be found. So, when you calibrate the EMF, the velocity measurement can be achieved. Now, here the same thing is there, acceleration measuring instrument. In this instrument, it consists of the components as shown in figure 5. You can see, out of them piezoelectric crystals is vital component of this instrument. In this system measurement, the natural frequency of instrument is higher than the vibrating body, either the frequency ratio is kept very small. Once acceleration is recorded, the velocity displacement can be obtained by using electronic integration devices. The voltage signals obtained from the device is very small, which are amplified by using the oscilloscope in bigger size. Noise measuring instrument. In noise measuring instrument, it consists of elements as shown in the figure, and these are connected with each other to measure the noise. All elements cannot be used in every measuring system. Most widely used noise measurement system is sound level meter, SLM. Sound level meter. So, again this is a sound level meter. You can see the screen, microphone and display. It consists of the components as shown in the figure. It is also most widely used noise measuring instrument. It amplifies very small amount of output signal from the microphone and process it for a visual display by a meter contained in the unit by itself. So, thank you friends, thank you very much.